Yeah, I know. It's been a while. Hey, when are we going to see your posting in school now? We got to see you. You got to post some content in school, your guitar playing, because we're doing like. I mean, this is literally the Feedback Friday. We're going to start doing this. This is I mean, we're already. This is our fourth one. So anyone who's part of our online music school, you guys can post videos of your playing. I'm going to go through them and give you guys feedback on whatever you guys need help with. I see we got like 4 or 5 posts here, so I'm excited for that. The school is now, you have to pay to join the school. So I'm sorry for anyone who missed out on that, but we're just getting bots come in. So it's $1 a month to join the school. It's just to stop people just like botting. But the classrooms are all free. So all the courses are free. So just if you want to jump in and you need free courses, they're all there for free. All right. Let's get this ball rolling. You guys, real quick, is Brad's obviously not in the chat. He's probably sleeping. Simon is not in the chat. We'll do that in a bit. I love you, Caleb. I think we have a bot. Yes, we do. All right. Osman's in the chat. And Caleb is in the chat. Okay. First things first, we're going to answer some really... Let me fix my audio. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. It's podcast mode. There we go. Less singing mode, more chatting vibes. Okay. All right. So first things first. I'm the realist. No. We the best music. DJ Khaled. Sorry, my brain is just like whoosh at the moment. You've been busy so far. You're kicking. All right. Awesome. Well, I'm keen. I'm keen to see you posting. And it's also like, enjoy the season of me being like not around, because in about like a couple of weeks, you guys are going to be smashed by content by me. I'm going to be going so hard on the content. Oh, that's my pedal. I was rubbing my foot on my pedal and made an interesting noise. Okay. All right. Real question. Let's go in here. Caleb is asking. So important question here. How do you stop losing picks? Answer is you don't. You just buy more picks. I don't know how it works, but the way that the universe tries to solve a lot of the pick like problems is you get a pick and then you lose your guitar pick, then you buy new picks, and then you find all your guitar picks. Sometimes they're in a pocket of a pair of jeans that you haven't worn in like a month, and they're just in there, and you're like, oh, there's 10 picks for some reason. And like for me, I was losing heaps of picks, and then I went down to this one blue pick right here. You see this one blue pick? And then when we got the Sheeran loop pedal, months ago, I've been riding on that pack of picks that Dylan bought me. So Dylan bought me my guitar picks. So we're down to like the last 1 or 2 of these green ones. So you're going to be in debt at this rate. I mean, look, the goal, Caleb, is to make you money through music. So I will set up a process to help you make money. As a musician, like you'll learn my tricks, so then hopefully then you don't then you can jump in and and you can afford to pay for picks. But the cool thing is if you're a musician, all your expenses as a musician are written off on tax, so you claim them as business expenses. So really the picks is your, it's what they say, what is the far out, it's a business. Oh, I forgot. There's an actual word for it. It's very funny, but they have it on TV shows. Anyway, but yeah, they're gonna lower your income. They're gonna like help you save on taxes, so you can buy heaps of picks whenever tax time comes. Just buy like $1,000 worth of picks, and then just like leave them there, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm set for a year. That would be a 200 IQ play, but that's quite a lot of picks to have in one spot. Anyway, all right, Caleb is knocked out. There you go. We go by order of who is the highest level in the community, and I believe the second highest level in the community is Simon. Boom. Okay, let's read this question. So I'm taking a big leap, investing in many new equipment for music making and producing, and I was wondering if I could get some feedback on the gear. I've made quite some research, but would still be open to hearing any recommendations. Also want to start streaming, and these things would help me with that. All right, let's have a look at what he's got here. He's got audio M-Track Duo interface. All right, cool. In that, US $69, Planet Waves. That looks like a sound hole thing for his guitar. 1/4-inch jack things, headphones. Yep. And then what else has he got here? A boom mic, audio lead. Yeah. Oh, okay. So everything that you've got here, Simon, is pretty much standard. Very easy. Like the key things that you need, interface, you just need something to plug into to your computer. So make sure you also have a computer. That's a win. You're going to have an interface. You have your microphone, your headphones for monitoring. You can see I use headphones. And then your microphones, like an SM58 is fine because you can double up with that microphone and use it for gigging. You don't need to go and get an SM7B. Like none of these things are like super like crazy, winning. But oh, bro, congratulations. You got to see Taylor Swift. Congrats, man. That's a win. Let's go. How you doing? So Simon, what I would do, because I know you and you've been in the community for a while, and I know, we've had many chats, and I know what you're after. So the trick for you is going to be building up the skill set to produce music. And you also want to make sure that you're saving money on you can double up equipment on gigging. So like buy things that are universally going to like work in multiple scenarios. So the SM58 is a great pick. That's going to be great. Obviously the XLR cables, you don't have to buy extra ones. That stuff is handy. The only thing is I don't know how this interface works. So I would recommend the Scarlett 4i4 or whatever. Do not get the Scarlett 2. We've learned that the Scarlett 2 is not the one that you want to get. You want to get the 4 or the 8. The reason I would say that is I don't know how many inputs this has, but like, oh, here, 2 mic inputs. I can see it briefly in the little writing. 2 mic inputs. You're going to be playing with Nacho and you're going to be jamming with other people. And I would recommend you just get the Scarlett 4i4 or whatever it is. I'll show you what it is. Yeah. Scarlett 4i4 3rd gen or whatever, 4th gen, whatever. Focusrite here, Focusrite Scarlett. So this is Australian dollars. And on US, it'll be cheaper. Oh, it will look cheaper. So this one is great because it has 4 inputs and 4 outputs. So that's going to be really, really great for you when you are doing stuff. That's what I would get if I was you. I would get one of these. They're very easy. They have a loop back function. It's kind of like get this to make your life super easy in the long term. And then you can upgrade to the 8. And that way you can do like your vocal, your guitar, and then Nacho's vocal and Nacho's guitar. Does the gen really matter? I honestly have no idea. Really, when it comes to these things, I just look at the 2 functions that I need. And the 2 functions I need is, does it have the amount of inputs that I need? And then does it have loop back for live streaming? And there you go, boom. The only thing that these things have, which is really, really annoying that I saw, air mode and auto gain. We noticed that when Luke bought his one, he got the Scarlett 2i2. It had this auto gain feature where it would like change the gain function depending on how loud you were singing into the microphone. So make sure you turn that off if you get one of those, because that's annoying. That's like really annoying. But there's a couple of things you're missing from here. You need to buy an digital audio workstation. So that is Ableton is the one I use. Ableton Standard. I would recommend Standard, but I know that people have been using Lite, and we're going to figure out a way to do Ableton Lite. So you can get this one intro or the Lite version, but this is the one I use. I use Ableton Standard, and it's fantastic. And all of my production courses that I'm going to do are all going to be built around this. So if you get this one and you learn how to use it, you will have a resource that you can reach out to directly that can help you. So that's why I would recommend everyone who's part of our online school, try Ableton, because they're all the same. Is there a discount for students too? Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Hell yeah, hook in. Well, that's very, very cool. But yeah. Oh wait, so this is the price for upgrading it. So I don't know how much, because I must have an account on here. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how much it is on its own. It'd be like a couple $100, but it's worth it. Once you get it, it's fantastic. Now the next, so that's for you, Ableton. Once you've got Ableton, then you've got an interface. Then you can plug all your instruments in, and you're off to you're going to be crushing. Do I have I don't have the content creator course had to take all my courses had to take a backseat because the time I had allotted for recording these videos and getting it done, obviously we had like a baby was arriving and Sarah just needed a lot more help. So I just took a lot of time off from content and doing all that stuff. So probably, honest to God, I can't give you an exact time when it will be up, but I'm hoping that within a month I can get back in. I mean, look, I'm in the studio now. So like each week we're just taking it day by day. And then as I get time, I come in and I'll do the work. So it should be pretty good. But yeah, so you got your interface, got all the stuff to connect to the interface, and then you've got your digital audio workstation. With all of that in there, you are good enough to produce anything, like straight up. You could produce a hit song. I mean, you could produce a hit song with a voice memo. Like I know guys that have not cut songs, but like the song got into the room and crushed on a voice memo because the song was that good. So like having all the fancy gadgets is great, but don't be like, that's the number one requirement. It's not the number one requirement. It's you doing the work, which you do hard work. So I know that you'll be fine with it. The outside of that, the number one thing that I think anyone should be doing and piece of equipment they should get is get a good phone. Get either an iPhone Pro Max or whatever the hell they are. Get the newest one that you can afford, or get one of the Samsungs. Just get a good smartphone. The good smartphones, they record videos so well. You don't need to go crazy. I'm obviously using a Sony ZV-E10, but I use that for like professional videography as well for weddings that I shoot and events that I shoot. Like when I play shows, I will shoot professional videography on my breaks, and that's part of like the cool package that I sell. So I would recommend getting a smartphone because then you can record yourself doing heaps of stuff. If you're going to get into live streaming, you can now live stream straight to YouTube through your phone, which is amazing. You can also live stream to Twitch through your phone. You can live stream to TikTok. Honest to God, like the best way to live stream on TikTok is through your phone. People who are consuming TikTok content prefer it to be like face to face. They don't want it to be like the level of production that I have. Like the level of production I have for the TikTok stream is pretty overkill. And it probably like takes people off of it. So that's something that to think about. So if I was investing in any piece of gear, like the number one piece of gear that I would invest in is always a smartphone, because it just covers so many bases, and you can like, you can run all your socials, you can create content, you can edit content, you can just do everything. Use your phone as a webcam. Yeah, you can do that setup too as well. It's fantastic. Like, yeah, phone underrated as hell. Like get a really good one. Just like pull the trigger, get the right one. If it means you have to get on one of those plans where you pay the phone off, do it. Like it's going to like pay back so much. But anyway, that's what I would recommend, Simon, that you do. Sorry, I just need a sip of this coffee. I haven't had much coffee today, and I was up pretty late. And Simon will understand. Well, so basically I was looking after Harry, our baby boy, this morning after he had his feed, and he didn't really want to go down, so I just had to like nurse him. So I just sat there playing Zelda for like an hour from like 5 in the morning to 6 in the morning, and I was like, man, I am so tired. But at least the game was good, so kept me awake. All right, boom. Let's reply to this one with a yes, we got it done. I need to make sure. I need to get into the habit of doing this so that I know that we've done it. Each one that I've done. Is there a last Blues Fest? Bainbo, what are you talking about? Is there no more Blues Fest happening in Byron Bay? That's so sad if that's the truth. All right, cool. All right, let's scroll it down now. Rad. B-Rad is level 3. Any other level 3s? Oh, Osman, you're kind of close, bud. You're kind of close. I'm going to give you guys some points. Ella and Lucas, too. Look, I'm just going to fill you up with, get you guys them points. They're going to get to level 2 or 3, I believe. Okay. Be rad. Hell yeah, I'm excited for this. And I saw that Brad has been doing so well with checking out gigs and stuff. All right. Hats off to you. Thank you. All right. Perfect. This is a video you shared last week with the upgraded workflow. Cover of else on. I tried to add more dynamics to the guitar to help provide some extra tension release, but I feel I could use something more. How can I make this sizzle with what I'm able to do on guitar and vocals? I do feel that it's pretty good, but I know it can be better. All right. Fantastic. Let's have a listen. Original recording has much more energy. Okay. I'm going to... Let's just jump into both of these. I gotta hear this song. Okay, so we got... So basically, whenever I go into listening to a song and I'm going to get the vibe out for it, I'm listening to the drums, I'm listening to the bass. The bass and the drums is like my first point of like, what's the vibe of the jam going to be? So straight away, like this will be a little bit of like a mini tutorial on how I would break down a song, and then we'll jump into Brad's playing to see how much I can help him with that. But basically, I hear the song straight away. I'm listening to the drums and bass. Those are my main groove points. Like, and that is the groove. Like, truly comes down to bass and drums is like where majority of the groove is always going to happen. So, if you're going to try to replicate the recording or the band, always go for the drums and bass first. Yeah, I remember in the original recording you had a couple of those ones, those hits where the bass is doing that. So that's cool. And the guitars in. Another year is come and gone. Another circle round. Man, this would be a really hard song to sing. Anytime there's like a double up on or like vocal harmony throughout the whole thing, it's so hard. Because I can never know, like, do I sing the high part or do I sing the low part? It's always tricky.
I don't ever count on the coast. I'm surrounded.
Okay. All right. I'm ready again. I've got a vibe of how the song goes. All right, let's hear you play it, Brad. Be rad.
Another year has come and gone. Another circle round the
Tom, what's up?
Another 1,000 tears have fallen. But I don't ever count them, 'cause I'm surrounded by your love, and days are never.
Okay, so straight away, if you're asking like how can I be closer to the recording, there is a bit of like you can do this in acoustic music, it's no problem, but there is a bit of like a chillness to how you're playing it that's missing that groove, because that groove that they're playing is then. I don't know how the song goes. I'm pretty sure something like that. Let me have a listen.
Another year is come and gone. Another circle round.
So good. What is the chord that he does there? Whatever it is, so. Oh, it's just a 6 to a 6/7. Yeah, I would say if you want to get really close to this one, jump in and make the strumming a bit more, bit strong, like bit more on. You don't want to push and pull too much with this. You want to get really, really tight with that groove, because it does feel like you're kind of like, oh, man, I'm so bad with words. Me doing analysis with very little sleep is so bad. Samantha, by the way, thank you for stopping in for 5 minutes. It's so good to see you. Because you see that, you're getting these upper notes that whereas you can get that. Don't be afraid of getting those bass notes out, because if you're playing on the guitar, you want to bring out the bass, bring out the bass. Busy week. I mean, look, 2 kids is quite a lot, and I'm very new to it. I'm new to having a second child, so I'm learning as much as I can. But I would bring out the bass in the chord straight away.
Another year has come and gone, another circle round the sun, another thousand.
Yeah, I don't know if it is that.
Another year.
Yeah, I would really lean into that hit kick snare. And it's really going to help out with your vocal melody again, though. Getting that, like getting that, that's gonna be your thing. Is you're gonna try and bring out that kick snare, and then like at the first half of each like kind of chord or bar, you get the kick snare vibe, and then you can bring in whatever strummy pattern that you want to get on the guitar, that you may be extracting from the song. That would work. And that's going to give you like this really rock solid rhythm. Like you're just going to be like, I'm in. I've got this. And then your vocal rhythm and your whole vocal flow is going to just like lock in so well.
1,000 tears have fallen, but I don't ever count them.
I don't know why all right, now I'm looking in the better place.
Surrounded by your love.
I still have this neck issue, and I like every time I look onto the right, and I'm like, oh, stop being stupid, Lauren. You can't look to the right anymore. I'm literally like Zoolander. And, I can't turn left, but for me, it's just like I can't look right. Every time I look right, it like pinches my nerve in my neck.
Days are never long enough for more seasons on parade. Show their colors and they fade.
Yeah, see, I think that the big thing in your guitar playing is I don't feel that kick snare that I'm hearing in the recording. And that is a huge element that the second that you really like lock in to the kick snare, it's going to crush. It's going to be so good. Yeah, me too. I can't wait till doing the streams all the time. We're going to get there. It'll be soon.
To us, darling. Well, I remember how it was, then begin again, my love.
All right, I like this. One thing I want you to try as well. I don't know if this is a thing that you work with your singing coach, but right now, the way you're holding your head, where it's like your neck is coming up like this, and I can see it briefly, like your vein is popping up here on your neck. And that is one thing that like concerns me with singing. It shows that there's tension. And the other thing, you're playing with a guitar, so you've got your shoulders up like this. So now you're like compressing down in your chest and you're pushing down into your diaphragm. And then you got like this. So it's like there's multiple things that are fighting your body. And like this is a thing that a lot of people don't focus a lot on. You want to be relaxed. As soon as you're feeling tension in your body, like you want to engage, but you don't want to strain. And that's the thing that is really challenging for vocalists is they're jumping in and they're going to like, I mean, if you see like an opera singer, they're like, ugh, let's go. Ah. But we're not obviously opera singers, but we can learn from them. And it's about being engaged, but not straining. And right now you've got like things that are opposite to it. So what I would do is I would try bring the vocal mic a bit lower. So if you are naturally going to have to lean over because of the guitar, either raise your guitar strap up so you can be a bit more straight with your back. And then you want to make sure when you're singing, you're not singing up with your neck because that's going to like, it's going to strain these muscles up here. Like we're not like Steven Tyler or any of these like, doing like that is showmanship. That's, I mean, I guess maybe for some notes, I wouldn't know the feeling, but I know for anyone who's like trying to like get like the amazing, like consistent vocals, it's like you want to keep your chin kind of like neutral or a little bit down. And then you want to let the air out, you know, have everything engaged and just like let it out. And then don't do the work. And so if you're going up like this, it might be holding you back on your vocals. So just try that out with your mic and see how it feels to like let your shoulders kind of like lean into it. And if you can bring your guitar up slightly so that you aren't hunching or doing much of that, the more you can just engage your core and then just sing like just really naturally and just like instead of you like having to like lift your neck up and then you're using the muscles in your jaw, you want your jaw to just drop. Like if you're jumping in and like doing really, really big movements with your mouth or you're having to engage your jaw extra, that's just more work and that's going to make life harder. But yeah, that's just one thing I'm noticing here that would definitely be something to experiment with. Everyone has their own way of playing. It's just one thing I would say, try it out. See if that posture check might help you out. We're doing a Feedback Friday. So if anyone's new here, we're doing Feedback Friday where I'm giving feedback to all of our online music school people. We've got free music courses. The links are in my bio. So if you want to learn how to play music and do all that kind of stuff, I've made free music courses for you and have fun. But yeah. Oh, Yingy, it's so good to see you. Oh, you're admitted. Oh, no. I'm so sorry that you have to go to hospital, but hopefully I can do some more streams while you're in the hospital so we can vibe. How do you get better at singing while playing? Well, I got you, bud. We have a free singing and playing guitar course, so just click the link on the bio, and I have it exactly there. You can just go through the course. It's free. Have fun. Just go to my bio, and it's right there for you. Good luck. All right, let's continue.
These days are never long enough. Time's never late. Isn't bound by our fate. Try as
that was really good there as well. I like that. I like those like little pops that you do in the strumming. That's fantastic.
we may.
Like it creates like this life in your strumming. So there, you've got it. You've got this, Brad. It's going to be so good. I think it's just the core fundamental if you're trying to connect to the original song is that big groove. You're not locked into the groove. You're locked into the guitar playing, and the guitar playing is not really the groove. The guitar playing in the recording is not the thing that's getting people to dance. It's not getting the people to feel the song. It's adding to that. Like it's going to give you something, but in the actual recording, what we're like taking information from, the guitar playing is not the thing that's establishing the feel of the harmony section. It's the drums and the bass. So the rhythm section is being carried by the drums and the bass in this recording. And then what the guitar is doing is adding more to that. So if you're going to reverse engineer a solo performance, You need to make sure that you've got those elements first, and then you add whatever extra guitar playing. And I think that is just kick, snare, and then guitar fill. Kick, snare, guitar fill on every chord. So doing that. Snare. Da, 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 da. Like that, I think that's how I would do it that way. And I think that would give you way more presence. But right now, I think that's it. I think for you, Brad, if you can just do that one quick little change, see how it feels, and then we can work more on arrangement. Because from there, if you can get that locked in, then what you can do within the song is start adding palm muting and start eliminating things. I would go through like each section and be like, what feels like I can take more out of, and experiment with how much you can take out. Like, so say for the intro of the song, you just like coming really loud. And then when you come in, and then when you get into the chorus, you can just something like, you can open it up. So you can use the verses to kind of close with some palm muting and maybe just like isolating just like 3 notes or something like that. And then, and like you can split as well. So between palm muting, just hitting bass notes, eliminating strumming, or you could alternate between going like you go bass and then treble strings. So you just like, that's like another really cheeky way to make a verse really tight, and then allows you to sing over the top of that. And then you just open it up when you get to the chorus. You could do it like that. That's how I'd approach it. But hopefully that helps you, Brad. That's wicked that you posted this. Thank you so much. You're gonna crush, dude. You're doing so well. I'm very excited, and I'm not sure as well. Hopefully I can get this creator course done for you soon, but experiment with the EQ of your guitar. I don't know if it's because your guitar is EQ'd more towards the treble side, but you can bring more bass in. It's around 150 hertz, between 150 to 200 hertz. You can add in, or like 180 hertz. Add it in on your guitar, and see how it feels to have more presence in the bass to make your guitar feel more in your face, without stepping on the vocal too much. But yeah, let's add that. Boom. Got it done. All right. Who is next? All right. Evo. We got number 2s. Yingy, what's up? All right. Yingy, stay safe. It's great to see you. Thank you for the finger hearts. Oh, we appreciate you. All right, cool. We got Osman and we got Evo. I'm going to answer Evo's question really fast because it's super easy. Evo is asking, do you have any tips or pointers for learning percussive fingerstyle? The only thing that matters, I'm actually going to do a video on this very soon. It's for learning any guitar technique. The only thing you need to do when it comes to learning any guitar technique, this could be sweep picking, like hammer-on finger, literally every single thing that you want to do on a guitar that's technique based, which this is. Percussive fingerstyle is a technique. The percussion is its own technique. The fingerstyle playing is its own technique. All you want to do is you need to find a musical context for it, and then you turn whatever musical context into the exercise. And then what you're going to do, especially when it comes to percussive fingerstyle, is you really need to just get it right. And like, say I was going to do like, there's a song that I would absolutely love to play one day. Drifting, Andy McGee. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this song, but this is an awesome, awesome song. Okay, so there you go. Bum, bum, bum. You want to, every single thing that these guys do is pattern based. So they're going to lock in a pattern and then they're going to riff on that pattern over and over and over again. And then they're going to iterate on the pattern. So they're going to, once they've got their groove down, because you got to think if they're like a drummer. And where it gets wild is, yeah, this fretboard, I mean, he's a beast. I love this guy. But the way that they approach their style of playing, it's just like any kind of style, but this one is like, you think it's crazy, but it's not that crazy. Once you nail the gimmick, you're crushing it. It's just like, can you get to the point of discipline to crush it? Like, can you do the level of hours that it takes to get that muscle memory down correctly, and then you immediately crush? So if your goal is, hey, how do I get really good at percussive fingerboard, like finger playing, like percussive guitar playing fast, I don't have an answer for you, because everyone's going to change the way that they're, like, your ear matters, everything matters. But if your goal is like, how do I actually get good at it? You're just going to pick a song just like this. So say, for instance, I was going to do drifting, which one day I will. So I would get my clip. Man, I got all these weird I downloaded this plugin and it's so weird. Bro, I don't want to see this. So you saw there, he jumped in and then he went, the crazy shit happened where he started keeping the groove while playing. And that's really, really cool. That's the thing that throws everyone off. But the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get the song. I don't know if this works on just normal YouTube, but whatever thing you can do to download the song or anything, don't illegally, do whatever you need to do, but get the song and you want to slow this bit. Oh, they got a custom feature now. Oh my God, YouTube upgrade. Let's go. So I would bring it down. Sometimes you don't want to go too slow because you want to feel how it feels musically. And then I would just jump in and get my clip of how much I want. So you're hearing that boom, boom. So you would sit down and you would practice this very, very slow. I think, man, I'm not going to, I love that I picked this song because it's actually really, really hard. Like, this stuff is actually quite hard for me to figure out. So you got, I can't do it on this guitar because the mic doesn't actually, it's not actually mic'd properly. Bump. So you got bump, bump. So you want to break down the rhythm of what they do. Bump, 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 bump. Boom, boom, boom. So we got boom. Like, obviously that is absolute garbage. I can't copy this right now. My guitar just doesn't work. I can't actually you can't really hear it. Can't hear any of that stuff, but that's how you would approach it. That's how slow you go. You go as slow as you can hear the rhythm, and if it means you have to go like second by second to figure it out, but once you've got that, go bump, bump, that's how you would do it. And then obviously once you get to the next part, where is he at? So you hear that boom. Here it goes. Boom, boom, boom. See, he's just keeping the same groove. And that's how you would do it. You would just go through that section bit by bit by bit. And if you do it that surgically, oh man, you will get the song down. I mean, depending on how good you are at guitar, it will just take that long. It depends on how long you'll get there. But if you do it that way, I can promise you that the first one is the painful one. The first one is the one where it's like, fuck, this is so hard. I cannot handle this. This is... You will want to quit every second. You're like, And like, just then, I listened to it for whatever the minute or two it was. And I was able to extract the rhythm immediately within 2 minutes. Now, you give me 10 hours over and over and over and over, and I will crush that song. Like, I will get it down. You give me 10 hours to sit down and do that. Now, for some of you guys, if it takes you like an hour to figure out the rhythm, then it might take you like 30 or 40 hours to get that down. But then the next song that you try is easier, and then the next song that you try is easier. And each time you're acquiring more and more skills, you're training your ear, and you're getting better at your playing. So that's how I would look at it. And like, just pick the song, Evo, that you like. And just pick the song that you won't want to quit. Because some songs might be easier and be like, oh, you should jump in and learn this one. But it's like, but then you're playing that one all the time and you hate that one. And so as long as you don't have like an ADHD brain where it's like, well, I haven't figured this out in 5 minutes, so I'm quitting. It's like, well, you know, that guy wrote that, like, for starters, Andy McGee wrote that song. He would have spent like easily just on that song, we're talking like 100+ hours rehearsing it, writing it, iterating on it, getting better and better at it. And then you've got his 10,000 hours of him experimenting with acoustic percussive music. So it's like, what is your expectations, right? So that's how I would look at it. All right, hopefully that answers your question. I'm obviously not a percussive guitar player, but that's, if I were to play percussive guitar, that is the exact process I would do. I would just literally walk in and I would pick the song, and then I turn the song into an exercise, and then I would just do that over and over again for hours on end till I get tired, and then I would stop, wake up the next morning, do it again, and that would be my cycle for however long it takes. If it takes like 3 months, it would take 3 months. If it takes 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it takes, that's what I would do. But you'd find that if you consistently do it every single day correctly, it happens a lot faster than you think. All right. You've been practicing. All right. Osman is the next one. Let's go. Hey, Osman, thank you for your second Feedback Friday. I'm proud of you for jumping in and posting on here. Creeping Savage, are you in the chat? What's up on Kick? Yeah, so I do sing song covers, but today is Feedback Friday. I'm giving feedback to our online music school students. We have free music courses, but the to join the community costs $1. So $1 a month. Okay, let's go. You've been practicing a lot of singing this week, focusing on improving my vocal rhythm. Awesome. So any additional advice or comments regarding vocals would be appreciated. Let's go. One thing I've noticed while listening to my recordings is that I often mess up my strumming because I focus too much on vocals. No biggie. Which in turn throws off my vocals too. Now that's a problem. To address this, I started practicing with a metronome. It seems to be helping. I wanted to ask if this is something that naturally improve over time and should continue practicing with a metronome, or you suggest other methods. Okay, cool. 100%, it'll get better over time. If you have any form of timekeeping for you, you will get better. That's just like straight off the bat for anyone who is trying to get better at music. Do it. You use some form of timekeeping measurement or tool. But what I would say is with this, my number one like thing that I love now is I don't actually use metronomes. I just use songs. So like how we were looking at the Andy McGee thing, I would just have the song go at 50% because I don't want, I don't trust myself enough to be like, I'm going to hear the groove and then I can extract the groove and nail it every time. So I find that if I play the song at 50% and then at 60%, then 70%, 80% speed, 90% speed, that as its own metronome is what allows me to really, really lock into the groove of vocals, the groove of the guitar playing, the groove of the song. That really gets me like in. And that is like the best way that I have found to get more musical with my playing. Metronomes are great, but like I said, I just don't, even me in my years of experience and everything that I've done for music, I still don't trust me with a metronome to be perfect. Like I just don't trust my ear to be like, I know exactly how to nail this. Like, it's just, there's always something that you pick up. And at 50% speed, you might pick things up one way and you'd be like, all right, cool, this is the exact timing. And then at 60% speeds, each time you get faster, you're like, oh, so as it gets faster, this feel starts to emerge more clearly. And then you pick up little nuances that you wouldn't normally do if you just were like, all right, here's the song, here's the notes, here's the kind of groove. And then you get a metronome. You miss all that juicy stuff, which is the stuff that will really like accelerate your learning and your playing.
I took an arrow to the heart. I never kissed a mouth that tastes like yours. Strawberries and there's something more. Oh yeah, I want it all. Lipstick on my guitar. Oh, fill up the engine, we can drive real far. Go dancing underneath the stars. Oh, I can't get enough. You got me feeling like wanna be that guy, wanna kiss your eyes, wanna drink that smile, wanna feel like my soul's on fire, wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me feeling like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're closer, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we bring you right back into the car. On the backseat of the moonlit dark, wrap me up between your legs and arms. Oh, I can't get enough.
I'm so proud of you, by the way. Can you guys hear him doing that? Dina, dina. He's adding the upper notes. That's so cool. I mean, I like that. That's awesome.
Oh, you could tear me apart. Oh, pull me back together and take my heart. I never thought that I could love this hard. Oh, I can't get enough. You got me feeling like wanna be that guy.
Osmond's like, yes. He noticed.
That smile. Wanna feel like
I bet Osmond's sitting there just like, yes, he noticed. And he's like, man, that took me so long to get perfect while singing. I can't imagine that you would have got that on the first try, because I can't get that shit on the first try. But if you did get it on the first try, I'm hats off to you, because that's awesome.
like myself.
I always want to give kudos to people who put in hard work, and that's a very cool that's a really nice little thing that you put in as an acoustic player, which I think is great.
On fire, I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me feeling like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're closer, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we bring it right back. Oh baby, you burn so hot, you make me shiver with the fire.
Okay, cool. All right, so overall, you put so many. Yeah, okay, thank God. I was gonna be like, oh man, if he got this in like 2 seconds, I'm like, man, I should just quit music. But dude, that's fantastic. Like I said, like you're just getting into this grind, and I'm really, really proud of you for that. Like the thing that I would stress for you right now for all your practice is you need to do a lot of practice without the guitar. So I would sit down, listen to the recording. This is a massive hack. And it's also one of the hardest things that you can ever do is you're going to get some form of recording device, like your phone for voice memos, and you're going to play the recording of Ed Sheeran and you singing to Ed Sheeran. Try not to make the recording too loud. You want to hear it enough so that in the recording you can hear you and you can hear him. And then what you're going to do is you're going to play the recording of Ed Sheeran singing, and then you're going to sing to it. And you record that, and then after you go through each, like do one section that you're like, I want to work on the verse, and then listen back to that recording and be objective and be like, all right, Don't be like, oh, does my tone sound as good as his? It'd be like, is my rhythm on? Where are the notes that I'm slipping? Where are the notes that I'm holding too long that he's not? Where are the lyrics coming out? Where is he accenting and being more dynamic in his voice? Obviously, he has many things going for him, like compression and blah, 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 all the fancy stuff that you put in recording productions. But that process of recording yourself, singing to the recording, is going to be a huge eye-opener on where you're at. So say if we pull up Shivers, Ed Sheeran.
An arrow to the heart.
I took an arrow to the heart. I took an arrow to the heart. Like that straight up opening line. I took an arrow to the heart. Like I took an arrow to the heart. But he's like, I took an arrow to the heart. It's like so Michael Jackson, like aggressive. So
I took an arrow to the heart.
I took an arrow to the heart. You go, I took an arrow to the heart. Like that is opening line, immediate change that you can do. In some versions, he is softer. So pick the one that you like. Whatever one that you like the most, I would do. But that's exactly that process. I would go and I would sing the recording, and then I would listen back on my voice memo and be like, all right, what is the part that he's doing that's different to what I'm doing? And because sometimes your ear will cheat you. While like it's not enough to listen to a song in real time. Like it's very rare that people have crazy level of skill. Like people who have trained ear training for like 10 years in their career and who are very established and amazing musicians, they might be able to do it. But even me, I notice that my ear will trick me. I have to learn a song for a wedding tomorrow. I've learned the song. But when I was learning it, I noticed that my ear on certain words, because he said above, my ear wanted to sing a melody note that was different. Like it wanted to go above with the word above. And I've gotten better at real time, like picking up my brain being like, my brain wants me to do this, but the actual recording is doing this. And so that I'm getting better at doing it in real time, but being able to listen back to my recordings has been like the biggest thing of like, oh, Luan, you're pretty, stop making that mistake. That's not good. So for you, jumping in, singing to the recording and doing it with the voice memo is going to crush. Your guitar playing is so fine. You're hitting all the stages of listenable, and then you're getting a lot of that confidence. Like it's really coming out here, like in your guitar playing. I think for you, do you feel that you're not super confident with your vocals? Because confidence is just evidence that you can do things all the time. Like someone who is truly confident, they just know, like, I'm confident on stage because I've played so many stages, and I know that every time I perform, I can get people to dance and sing. Just, I know enough songs, I know how to engage the crowd, I know how to perform, I know how to do all that stuff. So I'm like, there's nothing in my performances that kind of throws me off. But you're getting into it. Perfect. So that's what confidence is. So if you're trying to reverse engineer confidence and being like, how can I get better at it? It's like, it is literally the act of creating evidence. So if you can create as much evidence as possible that A, you can sing and pay attention and be correct where you need to be correct in the song, and then you take liberties where you want to take liberties, that is the true win when it comes to singing and playing. And that's going to make you get better so much faster than I did. Because that was a big unlock for me. It was like, oh, well, I just need to, like, if I just do all the inputs and I can prove to myself that I'm like, well, I said I was going to do this and then I did it, then I'm like, well, cool. Then I can just, now I know I can do it. And it makes it easier when I'm like, oh, there's 15,000 people on a stage. Well, like I had to loop No Diggity one time in front of, like, I think it was at the time, it was like 19,000 people were in the stadium, and I had to loop it with the DJ. And then when we were performing multiple things, like the DJ panicked and he accidentally like missed all the cues. So like he extended the DJ set by accident. And then I was standing up there for like 3 or 4 minutes, and there's like thousands of people watching me. Like I'm on the football field and they're all coming in. And that would throw off quite a few musicians. Whereas for me, I was like, it's all good. Like everything could go wrong on the outside, but I know exactly how to lay down my loop. And even though I had like feedback issues from the stadium, I was like, just trust your gut, Luan. You've got this. You've done this like 500 million times. Like, let's just go. And I just locked in and I trusted my gut, and like I just nailed it. And then boom, it was great. Perfect. And I did the perfect loop, and it worked. And people thought it was great. So that is what the confidence and building evidence is going to do for you. So if you take that that process of like getting the voice memo out and then connecting each time, seeing where all of them are, at the beginning, the recordings are going to be like, you could just record the whole song if you wanted, and then just go through and just like point out each section, like write down each section. All right, in the verse here, I fucked up. And this part I messed up. This part I messed up. This part I messed up. And you write down all the sections that you messed up. Then you can go back and be like, all right, I'm going to iron out each section. And you just like fill in the gaps of each one. And you do that on one song, and then it gets better for the next song, and then it gets faster for the next song. And then by the time you finish it, you might have like 10 or 15 songs that are just straight up banging. And then that's a set. So you could go and play a show and you wouldn't be panicking. You'd be like, yeah, I can handle like an hour of music, no problem. And that is how I would have fixed the singing. Because right now, your guitar playing is at a really great spot. Your guitar playing, I just wouldn't even bother about practicing guitar at this point. I would just sit down and practice singing all day. And just like, if you feel like playing guitar, play the guitar. But majority of your practice and your success is going to come from just sitting down and just hooking in and just doing your singing. But it's the best practice method you've heard. Yes, it is 100% the best. I try very hard to optimize my practice, and that's the only way I would do it. The only problem with this practice method is it's fucking real. Like, you will actually have to sit down with the voice memo, and you will have to listen to your voice fail. You will have to hear the pain, and you will feel the pain. And immediately once you do this, you'll be like, oh, this is what Luan's talking about. Now, majority of musicians and people can handle it for like 5 minutes. They can't do it for a long time. If you can disassociate, your worth with what you're hearing versus being like, well, I just want to do the inputs because eventually I will get there. If you can disassociate from like whatever result is happening in that and be like, I'm just going to practice and try, and you can do that for a long period of time, then you will get really, really good, really fast. But majority of people just can't do that. They can't stare in the mirror. And it's really, really hard to stare in the mirror in multiple situations. I mean, we look at it like in everything that people do in life. It's really hard to look in a mirror and be like, oh, I'm accountable for my skill set. I'm accountable for my life, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we're getting deep into it. But that's why that method is really, really hard. It's the best, but it's also incredibly hard to do. So I wouldn't judge you if you were not going to do it, because I personally couldn't have done it a couple of years ago. So only now I'm like super confident and be like, cool, I don't really care. I mean, I literally live stream me failing. So I'm pretty like not stressed about it. So if you can get there, you're going to crush. But I think that's all you need to do. The guitar playing is fine. I think once the confidence in the singing gets even clearer and clearer, your guitar playing is just going to just like glue. It's just going to connect, because the less you have to think about the singing, then you can give more to the guitar. Then you'll start to think less about the guitar. Then you give more to the singing. It's like this dance of like, as you acquire more skills in each area, it allows you to bring out more in the other areas. So you'll find that right now, your guitar, you feel like your guitar's carrying, but you have to think a lot about the singing. Once you think less about the singing, then you can be a bit more surgical about the guitar. And then once you got that nailed, then you can come back to the singing and be more surgical about it. Like, it's just how it flows. Like I guess it's It's the progression of skill acquisition, which is kind of cool. All right, crushed it, dude. I'm proud of you. Good job. So practice. Let me know how you go with the first voice memo thing. All right, I think this is our last one. Let me look. Yep, it's our last one. Let's go. All right, I have a soft spot for this kid. Ella and Luca Smith. All right, what up? So I'm assuming this is Luca because Ella is the girl. So they're young kids in my town. So they're up and coming. They're gonna take my job. So they're gonna take my job, and I love it. It's gonna be so good. Like this is the coolest thing. Yeah, I know. I haven't listened to it yet either. I was like, I've had like the chance to look at all your stuff, but I was like, I don't want to spoil this moment. So now I get to finally listen to it. So I'll just quickly have a look here. So he's learning a new country song. He could use some tips on improving his strumming, and let's see how he goes. All right, which country song is it?
This is where it ends. I've been down a few broken roads that I'm trying to mend. This is where it ends, and I'm breaking down. You were lying when you said you were trying to work things out. Now I'm broken down. Went back for you always, fought for you on your worst days. Then you told me that you don't love me no more. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. Let you back in and I gave you a second chance. Like a jet plane on a clear blue sky, sun came shining down and all your lies. Got too much pride to let that happen again. So this is where it ends. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. You showed me what true love shouldn't be. I found myself the second I gave up on us. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. Let you back in and I gave you a second chance. Like a jet plane on a clear blue sky, sun came shining down. You know your lies got too much pride to let that happen again. So this is where it ends.
Yes. Oh, I love this. Okay, cool. So the coolest thing. All right, I'm gonna go back to this. So the song is called "Where It Ends." I think is it. Where It Ends, country. Is it Bailey Zimmerman?
You were lying when you said that you were trying to work things out. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. I let
Okay, cool. All right, Lucas. I love it. You're gonna crush. You guys are so young, and I love this. And the only thing that you got to do is just keep doing what you do, and you're gonna get so good. Now, right now, your vocals is great, like so great. And what you need to do with the guitar playing is don't mess up the vocal. And so what happens is you'll see that a lot of singers, as soon as they get the guitar playing in, they're going to jump in, and because they think the guitar matters, they think heavily about the guitar. So you're like the opposite of Osman. And you'll think heavily about the guitar, and it's going to accelerate your singing. And it's going to make it really, really hard for your singing to be spotlighted. So when it comes to country music, especially country music, everything revolves around the vocal and the lyric, and that's it. If anything steps on those things, you need to be like, all right, what's going on here? How can I fix this? So the strumming actually on your guitar is fine. You're doing great. You're doing all the chord changes. You're thinking about the chord changes, and I understand how crazy it is, especially at a young age. You've got like so much stuff to like process while you're playing. But let's have a listen here.
Now I'm broke. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. Let you back
Put you back in. Da-da-da-da-da.
Wanted was to be loved by you. I let you back in and I gave you a second chance.
So there's a difference of like nearly 10 BPM, I'm assuming. Something like, you're the that thing that I never lose, by you. Like, there's a reason why these songs are set at the certain tempo that they're at. And what you want to do is really hear the song that you are playing. And then what I would do is start playing the chords and don't worry about strumming. And just focus on getting the I never know, but I don't look by you. And you're the down the and really lean into your singing, man, because your singing is all that matters. Your guitar playing will happen, and guitar playing is the most overrated thing in the world. If we're looking at skills that matter for musicians, guitar playing is like so low. Like, being a great guitarist is like the most stupid thing if you're trying to become a great musician. Like, and I'm saying it here as a great, like, I wouldn't say I'm a great guitarist, but I'm a good guitarist. But me getting better at like doing guitar licks and great rhythms and like that does not crush. Vocals, like the highest leverage skill of any entertainer or musician, whatever, is writing great songs. So if you can write great songs or get great songs written for you, you're already like, boom, you've hit like that's the number one highest leverage skill you can ever cultivate. The second highest level cultivating skill is singing. If you can do great vocals, that means people will want to give you songs. That means you will be able to perform cover songs and they will sound great. So right now, your guitar playing is fighting with your vocal, and you are such a great vocalist, especially at such a young age. And what I would like you to do is listen to the tempo of these songs and sing to Bailey. And Ed Sheeran has both. And you want to know why Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran and John Mayer and all these people are who they are? It's because they can do whatever the fuck they want. They're that good because they can play all this stuff, they can sing all the stuff, and they write all the stuff, and they're always leveling up. And then they have the next one, which is like, can you entertain? Oh my God. Because you could be a great singer and bad entertainer, and it will only get you so far. But if you can entertain, you can sing, you can write, those are the three, those are just deadly. And then do whatever you want after that. Like if you love guitar playing and you want to play every jazz thing and you want to do all the cool, crazy Brad Paisley licks, go ahead and do them. But none of that stuff matters. So just my best advice for you right now, Lucas, is don't worry about the guitar. And whatever you're doing with the guitar, don't jump into strumming right away. The strumming right now is holding you back. So what you want to do is listen to the song.
Last thing that I thought I'd
This sounds like Before He Cheats.
Then you told me that you don't love me no more. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. I let you back in and I gave you a second chance.
Okay, cool. So I got the chorus here. So you're the last thing that I thought I knew. Down to love like you. So I would just jump into the song and do it like that. You're the last thing I thought I knew. Down to love like you. Or whatever it is. And just do it so simple like that. Get the attitude of the song, of the drums. So listen to the drums that you're hearing here.
Jet plane on a clear blue sky. Sun came shining down on all of your lies. I got too much pride to let that happen again.
So we just got that. And like, that is going to make you pop so hard when it comes to singing and playing. The don't like a. That's what obviously you might be beginner at guitar, but that's what a beginner guitar teacher or just like basic guitar teachers are going to give you, that to be like, oh yeah, just like kumbaya this. And like that is 100% a great strategy to get you into the feeling of the strumming. And I noticed that, you were like hitting the guitar sometimes with the strumming and you're getting comfortable with it. But it is play Snoop Dogg. Is that Snoop Dogg? I can't remember. But I don't know how the song goes. I just know that little thing. Anyway, so basically you want to get into the strumming and do that as a fun little exercise, getting the kumbaya stuff. And when I say kumbaya, it's doing that kind of stuff. But if you want to really you want to start popping off, especially at if you can learn this stuff at a young age, it will just skyrocket you so far. People didn't show me this stuff. They didn't encourage me to learn this stuff. I had to really what is the thing that makes the thing great? And it's and it was so hard to find because I had to sift through really great musicians to figure this out. Because they all say it their own way. And I was like, this is so hard to what's the thing that makes you all stick? What's the thing that connects you all? Why are you all crushing it in every way? And it was that they, if they're playing solo, they're thinking about the whole arrangement of the song. They're not thinking about the guitar part. So that is what's going to make you completely stand out in your playing. So I would just jump in when it comes to your guitar playing. Just be like, all right, you can start off with the chorus, so you can do the whole song, but
All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. Let you back in and I gave you a second chance.
so I would just be like, you know, I think that you're playing a different key. Anyway, last thing that I thought I knew, but don't love like. Even if you just do the bass notes, last thing that I thought I knew, but don't love like you. Last thing I thought I knew, but don't love like you. Last thing I thought I knew, but don't love like you. That's how I practice. You're the thing I thought I knew, but don't love like you. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that your vocal rhythm is the rhythm of the song. When I play in my band, I have I've really just been so, my drummer and I, or whenever I used to play with drummers, it was there was always this timing. I always had to change the way I played and sang because it was so hard for me to really, because of the way I play solo, I just really love to lean in, and then my guitar playing does its own thing. And what I found was the musicians I played with were using my guitar playing as the thing that is that the guitar playing is keeping time, and my guitar playing is actually just kind of doing whatever. My guitar playing is quite dynamic, but the vocal rhythm, I was and I said to my drummer when I had this light bulb moment, I was I'm not explaining it to him correctly, and I was if you follow my vocal rhythm, that is time. That is the only thing that matters, because I will stop playing guitar and my vocal rhythm will be in time. So if you just follow my vocal rhythm, we're good. There won't be any frustrations or nothing. Literally the next song, we crushed. And for years, that drummer has just never failed me. Matt, shout out to Matt. He just absolutely crushes every single song. Sometimes we play fast because we get excited, but that's what I would encourage you to do. You have a great vocal. You want to lean into that vocal. Listen to where these country songs, the timing of them are at, and then make that where you lock in. And especially you could just sing and play to this Bailey Zimmerman song, the exact same way I was telling about Osmond. You could do that. And then you want to just slowly add the guitar. Think of the guitar as a fader, the effect is coming in slowly. The only thing that matters is the chord change. So you want to land the chord change exactly in time with where the lyric is. You're the best thing that I ever knew. So you're the best thing that I ever knew. Love like you. Or wherever. I'm pretty sure that's where the chords happen.
All of your lies, I got to let you back in, and I can't. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. I let you back in, and I gave you a second.
So you want to find where the downbeats are, where the change is happening, and then that's all that's the only guitar playing part that matters. Everything outside of that, you can just do whatever you want. But if the chord changes are happening correctly where they need to be, connected with the vocal rhythm, like the lyric where it's happening in the right word, the right syllable, that is it. If you do that, you have hit listenable and you will crush. Because if your voice sounds like that now, especially give it like 3 or 4 years, man, you're just going to be absolutely slaying. It's going to be great. You're the last thing that I knew. Like, I think you're getting it all pretty correct. So there you got it. You got that first chord. And you're the last thing that I thought I knew. But all you need to do is just slightly slow it down. And I would just do a strum. You're the... Man, I don't even know what chord you're playing there. You're the last thing that I thought I knew. Like you. So you see how I'm just doing that downstroke? And you can practice it that way. Just going, you're the last thing that I thought I knew. Like you. And that's how I would approach it. But your guitar playing is going to get better so much faster if you do it that way. And it just sounds great. I'm super proud of y'all. Keep crushing it, by the way, in Townsville. I absolutely love seeing you guys win. It's just like one of the coolest things ever. But yeah, hopefully we maybe, I don't know what the rules are around you guys performing at bars, but I do a country night in October. October the 11th, we're doing a country night. So we're going to sing country music for like 2 and a bit hours, me and my band. And maybe we should get you to come up and sing a country song for us. We'll give you the mic and it should be good. Simon, I am. The baby boy is fantastic. All right, I think that's it. I think we're done. All right, Feedback Friday. There you guys go. A nice quickie. I haven't posted the other one. Yes, I did. I already answered your questions, buddy. Jai, thank you. What's up? Jonas, what's up? How we doing, Jonas? But yeah. No, it's gonna be cool. All right, so yeah, Feedback Friday. We crushed it. I'm gonna quickly get this done and peace out, A-Town. Do you guys want me to sing one cover before I go? And what I will do is, I forgot my hard drive. I didn't bring my laptop bag, so I don't have my hard drive. What do you guys want me to play? Can I do something in the orange? Yeah, sure, we can do that. Osman's never requested a song, so let's do it for him. All right, hold on a sec. We gotta add the special sauce. The special sauce. Oh yeah.
It'll be fine, but just that I'm telling you, babe. These things eat at your mind to drive your mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. If I say I miss you, I know that you won't. Miss you in the morning when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me when I to you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me that we're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare at the way the orange touches all things around. Grass, trees, and dew, oh, how I just hate. Please turn those headlights around.
All right. Any other ones that you guys want really fast? And then I will rock and roll out of here because I got to go be a dad. By the way, everyone, in case you're wondering, secondary dominant. Okay, perfect. Okay, so secondary dominance flame is using a dominant chord for a specific chord. So you have watched you've watched the diatonic chords, right? So you know that, say I'm playing in the key of G, I've got 1 is G major, 2 is A minor, 3 is B minor, 4 is C, 5 is D, 6 is E minor, right? You know that correctly? That makes sense? So the numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Please let me know that is correct. Basically, whatever my practical theory course is, up to the part of the number system, as long as you know that, this will make it really, really easy. All secondary dominance is using the dominant chord of the chord that you're trying to play. So say I'm playing a 1 chord, the dominant chord is the 5 chord in the key, correct, right? So super easy, right? That's not secondary dominance. But say I play an A minor, if I were to go like using the 5th, so going from the 5th down, it has that. So what secondary dominance is I'm going to use a 5/7 chord of 2. So that's secondary dominance. So I'm using a 5 chord. So instead of playing whatever diatonic chord it is there, I'm using a 5 dominant 7 chord and bring it back to the 2. Same thing here. Yeah, you're borrowing a chord. Or sorry, I just changed it into a major 7. But basically, the whole purpose of it is you're trying to create the T-do. You're trying to create that. You're trying to create that tension. That semitone tension. Is it always? No, it's not. It is purely designed to create a strong resolution. Yeah, Ralph, T-do. That's it. So say for instance, I'm playing a 1 to a 5, so a 5 chord. So I'm doing T-do. So that's the 7 to the 1. So you can hear that's what a 5 to a 1 chord does. What makes your brain watch? So, but let me finish this one. So that's all that's happening here. So if I did like say I was on the 2 chord and I'm trying to get like that 5/1, like within the key of like G, which I'm using, like, so that's Dorian, right? This is getting a bit technical, but this was their solution. Especially you'll find this in natural minor songs. So say it's like a minor. You see how that just doesn't, that's diatonically correct, right? That's a 6, 2, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, to a 6, but we call it like natural 1 minor. You'll hear it if you get into theory. Everyone changes the way they do it, but I think of it as 6, 2, 3, 6. But what you would want to do is if you wanted to create so I'm getting that. So that's what you're doing with the 5. That's why the 5 of X, 5 of whatever, the secondary dominance, is super amazing. So, you know, when we did that, so when I did that song that I wrote, was like, wasted years of us, should have been, could have been, to something good. So I'm doing so I'm doing the 6 minor, 3 minor, 2 minor, and then I come to the 5 of 6. So it's still a D chord, right? So I'm doing a G minor, D minor, C minor, and then I do a D7 because I want to resolve to the G with a bit more oomph. I want it to feel like it's the 5 of any chord, exactly. So the 5/7 of any chord, it works. So the 5 of 1 is just a 5 chord. The 5 of 6 is like that. The 5 of 3, 5 of 4. Could I play the first thing your hand play when I pick up a guitar? It's always usually this. Or I do like a... Like you still get confused when they ask the 6 of a rep. Simon, do you want me to give you a little secret? I sucked at it too. And I still suck at it. Just saying. When I was, you have to count. And at the big, honest to God, okay, I'm going to give you like a big secret, Simon. None of it fucking matters. Straight up. None of it fucking matters at all. If you don't know how to play music, none of this shit matters. And all that they do, there are people in your class that are lightning fast. It's so embarrassing. Okay. So I'm just going to give you, I'll just go into this because I have the reverb God mode. Bro, that's fine. Okay? If your measurement towards being good at music is how fast you can like identify intervals, then you're going to get really good at identifying intervals, and that's all you do. And that's what a lot of these people do. They get really good at doing all their triads. They get really good at their arpeggios. They get really good at their scales. They get really good at their intervals, and they can do everything like that. And they spend all their time doing that. Do you want to know how you beat everyone? Is 1, you be a nice guy, and 2, you practice music. And then you be like, oh, say for instance, I'm playing a G minor, right? I'm vibing on this like, and I'm like there, all right, cool. That's my. So I've got that down, right? I've got a G minor to a C minor. And I'm like, all right, well, where is my 6? So I'd be like, all right, cool. There's my 6 right there. And then I'd be like, okay, cool, well, there's right there. And that's where you get like kind of comfortable with it. So you know on a G minor, that's my 6. Which is also the 3 of the next chord. So you're like, oh, cool. Well, now I can use the 6th interval and to anticipate the next chord. But if you can't provide a musical context for anything that you know, then it's a waste of your time. Like it literally is. People, it's like going to school. Like it's the most useless fucking things in the world. Like learning like all your math equations and learning all this stuff. Like, bro, unless you're using it in the real world, it doesn't matter. It is a waste of your space. The things that you need to know how to do, Simon, is how to sing a shitload of songs, how to look good on Instagram, and how to make money through music. And then on the side, you get better and better at learning the theory and applying it to whatever you're working on. The theory should be learnt, but not practiced. Like, do not practice theory. And I know it's going to be contrary to whatever you're going through. Like if you can do the theory enough to get good grades, because if you can get good grades in whatever college you're at right now, Simon, it will pay off for when you go for your scholarship for Berkeley. That is a given. So if like the chat we had ages ago when it came to Berkeley was like, bro, just sing and play guitar and get really, like, my goal for you would be like, you just don't even go to one of these colleges. Screw all those colleges. Just drop out, honestly, save your money. And just as long as you're practicing, save the money, don't go to the college, drop out, and then go and gig and do everything you can to build up your skills and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing till you got vocal coaching and guitar lessons. Wow, that's toxic, man. Simon could pay me for vocal coaching and guitar lessons. He pays other people. Toxic, man. But like the true thing that you want to do is cap. But basically, Simon, your goal is to get really good at music. Now, those guys are going to get you really, really good at doing the school stuff. As long as the school stuff doesn't take over your whole practice regime, the school stuff should take only like 10 to 20% of your time. And that's how much you should devote to it. So you should be sitting there practicing 8 hours a day, and then you should give like an hour and a half of your day to your college or whatever you're doing. And if you're doing more than that, then you are wasting your time. I'm telling you that right now. Because they don't, what you learn the things, you chip away at it, just keep getting better, man. Just keep learning, man. That's like, but for some of these tests, they're going to test you and be like, how fast can you identify this interval? Like I had success is a moving spectrum. Like it doesn't matter, right? Like success is defined in so many different ways. Now, the reason I say that is because some person might be incredibly exceptional at one thing and then they suck in another area. Now, when I went to Berkeley in my third semester, I sat in with I was like, I want to learn jazz. And in my first lesson with this one guitar professor, like he was like, all right, can you play me this like harmonic minor scale and then start from this specific degree? And I couldn't do it. I was like, I don't really know how to do that. And he's like, how the fuck did you get into Berkeley? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do you not understand this? You should know this all note for note. Like, how do you not know this? Like, and I'm like, bro, you're right. If I was trying to be like you, sure. But there's a reason I got a scholarship to Berkeley, because I could play the fucking shit out of Ocean. I could sing. I'm a hard worker. I can play blues. I can do all that stuff. I can shred. He's like, but I don't give a shit about playing a D harmonic minor from the 6th degree and knowing that off the top of my head. I would rather fill up my head with knowing how to write better songs, with knowing how to play better songs so I can earn more money, which I would be like 100% that guy. Well, I mean, he died, but like, what a dumb thing to say. But his measurement of success, because what is required for someone to play jazz is to know all the scales. Because he's assuming that if you want to play jazz, then you would want to play bebop. And to play bebop, you would need to know all your chord scales, and you would be able to shift within whatever degree of the scale, because with moving chord changes, you need to know where you are. And in his mind, that is success. And in my mind, I'm like, well, you're an idiot. Because I swear to God, like, you would suck. If I got that guy on a stage where I'm playing right now, he would sound like shit. I can tell you right now. He would sound like crap, and people wouldn't like it. But if you put him in a room where people love specific kind of jazz music, he's a fucking god. And he had students coming in trying to like sign his like CDs and stuff. And like, I didn't know who he was. I didn't give a crap. But that is the reality of the industry. And that's the reality of education, like institutions. Like if you're going to go to Berkeley, you're going to go to these things, remember your professors, one thing that I'm going to tell you right now, your professors aren't the smartest. Your professors only know how to do what has served them in the past. Now, if they were exceptional fucking musicians and they were making heaps of money and they were doing whatever they wanted and they were recording music and they were doing all that stuff, they would not be teaching at those places. And very rarely do you find a professor at these education facilities that has that level of like openness and wants to help out. Professors are in college for a reason. Exactly, Caleb. Now, the reason you go to Berkeley is you can learn from these professors who have great insight and great knowledge. Like even me, like I'm not like the best musician in the world, but I have a bit of insight. I've gone to the places, I've done the things, and I am currently doing the thing. Right now, I'm doing the thing, and that's why I'm giving you the shortcuts. I'm like saying, hey, do this instead, because when I did it the other way, it wasted like 2 years of my life and my playing, and you don't have to waste your time. You could just move forward. Just go here. Yeah. John Mayer walked in, did 2 semesters, fucked off. You want to learn from John Mayer? John Mayer was like, oh, cool. I got my course correction. Let's go. And he immediately recognized that this was a waste of his time. The classes were a waste of his time. Understanding tonal harmony was a waste of his time. The only thing that Berkeley is going to do for you, Simon, and get this really, really clear for you, it is going to get you in a room with people that are very good, and you're also going to get into a place where you can be in America for 4 years. That is all Berkeley does for you. You can be in America for 4 years, and you get to be around people that are exceptional, and you get to be mentored by people who are exceptional. You can go to all the master classes. Everything else from Berkeley is a fucking waste. Okay? If you wanted to know tonal harmony, go and Google it. You can literally buy the textbooks and study the textbooks and test out of the subjects. That's what I did. I bought the textbooks and I would study it on my own during the semester. And then at the start of the semester, and they're like, all right, you're going to be signing up for conducting 1. And I was like, actually, can I do a test out? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, I practiced it. And they're like, okay, no problem. And then boom, I just moved into conducting 2, saved myself $3,500 US. Like, that's what you do. Now, your college that you're at now is going to give you information. Secondary dominance does not fucking matter. I'm telling you right now. How many times have I played secondary dominant chords? I don't even know, but half of the time, you're like 90% of the music you're going to be listening to now doesn't do that stuff. John Mayer puts it in quite a bit of his songs, but once you learn how John Mayer does it, you just copy what John Mayer does. And there's only like 7 ways to do it because there's 7 chords. And how many chords of them are going to be useful in that iteration? Well, there's not even 7 ways to do it because the 1 to the 5 is one of them. So, and you're not going to do like a 5 of 7. Sometimes you might do that. If you're doing like a really, really fancy like 2-5-1 chord change or like a key change. But yeah, you already play them. You already play them. All these guys in these institutions, so their jobs, this is the thing that you have to figure out, right? Their job is they have to create some form of system to measure you on, okay? That's all they're doing. They're creating a measurement system. That does not mean you are a good or a bad musician. They're just saying, hey, if you can figure out your secondary dominance in 10 seconds or less, then I can give you an A. And if it takes 20 seconds, I give you a B. If it takes you 30 seconds, I give you a C. And that allows them to measure you. But it does not measure your quality as a musician. It just measures you on the criteria that allows them to fill out boxes so that they can do their job, so that they can get paid because they are measured by the system. And that's how they get their bonuses and things like that. So none of that shit has nothing to do, like it has absolutely zero to do with your worth as a musician. So don't stress. If you see people who are picking out like, natural 6 and stuff like that, I will. I can give you like a straight up example, like a straight parallel. Tony Ann and Jared Richardson. Do you guys know Jared Richardson? Any of you guys? And how many of you guys know Tony Ann? Like, if we're gonna do like an objective analysis, I'm just gonna, because this one's like, I love both of them. They're like my boys. I love both of them. Jared Richardson piano. Nope, page isn't available. J Rich piano. No, this is Jerome. My God, I can't even find him. Fuck. Anyway, sorry, I can't find it. I have to. Anyway, the point was, Tony was my roommate and Jared was also my roommate. Both were piano players. Jared has like nearly perfect pitch and he can pretty much play absolutely anything you throw at him. And he plays all the jazz stuff. He's absolutely fucking insane. Like, absolutely insane of a player. Like, oh my God. Like, and his arrangements are insane. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna find it because it's gonna really help you. Jared Richardson piano. I'm gonna find it. Let's find it. See if we can find him. J Rich. Oh yeah, here we go. Is that no, that's not him. Okay, here you go. So he arranges all this. Oh, here we go. Jared Earl Richardson. Boom. All right, let's go. Okay, so this is Jared. Oh, wait. Other projects, JD Rich. Okay, this is a better one. So, like, this is what he does. He arranges all this music. He's even got Charles... This is a really cool arrangement, right? Even that opening entrance sounds fantastic, right? He did all, like, he does all this. He's so good at doing the shit. And when I say he does it all, every single thing is scripted. All those notes that you're hearing, all the arrangement of the horns, everything crushed. He is a Berkeley wet dream. Like, he is so good. So good. He crushed Berkeley. He walked into Berkeley and literally in his first placement exam, he tested out of every single subject. Jazz harmony, ear training 4, tonal harmony, like every single thing got tested out of. He was that good. He just went into all the hardest levels. He would have had the highest score for Thingamajig. Tony did this instead. Tony now is a touring piano player. Look at his tour dates. He's coming to Australia soon. He is touring as a neoclassical piano player. Do you know what Tony did instead? Instead of doing all the subjects, doing all the fancy shit that Berkeley was telling him, doing like knowing, like he knows all the shit too. He's really, really good classical piano player. But when he jumped in to do his music, let's go to his, let's find this. I want to see if we can find his original, like his older stuff. Please tell me you didn't delete it. Okay, cool. Yeah. You can see like, so he was a classical player. He crushed. Let's see. So this is him when he's at Berkeley and he was doing heaps of stuff. Oh my God, it was eight years. Okay. So this is what he did. So we've got, you've got one guy who is like absolutely exceptional at doing the whole fucking Berkeley thing and knows all the intervals, knows everything. And then you've got another guy. They're both piano players. and they're both going to Berkeley, and this is the beauty of Berkeley. And what Tony did instead of Tony going down the route of like, I'm going to be the best piano player, I'm going to be the guy who can play every single classical arrangement, because he already kind of did that. He already had a scholarship. He was like one of the best. He's easily one of the best classical players. He's insane. And instead of him going like, all right, I'm going to learn all the jazz stuff, I'm going to learn all the intervals, I'm going to do all that stuff. Instead, what he did was he picked up, if you look through here, this is the transition, right? Michael Jackson medley. This was all at the Berkeley. He would take songs, pop songs, and then he would add his classical thing to it. And my roommate, like, they used to just go and do this shit. Let's record this all in Boston. They would do. I gotta find the one. There's one. My favorite video of all time. Let's see it. Where is it? Change the thing as we know. Look how many of the songs they did the Chainsmokers ones. All right, here we go. We'll look at the first Chainsmokers one. This guy can play everything. He can play Litz. He can play everything. But he's doing for 20 seconds just vibing. Oh, it makes me so happy every time. Oh, I don't even subscribe to him. So like, exactly, tone to touch, everything is intentional. Like, but if you look at it, like phrasing wise, you know, quite a lot of piano players could do that. But he was just on this other level of like, he was like, all right, I've got all of the skill. I've got all the skill. And then he came back and did this and played for other people. And when I was having a chat with him and I was asking him, like, what should I do with my content and how should I approach my music? And he's like, bro, stop making music for musicians. And I was like, what a great answer. And like, and that's a thing that, like, honest to God, changed everything. Like, it's something I'd heard before, but when I was really looking for the answers and I was really looking for the advice, and he took the time and he's like, yo, bro, I'm free. Let's have a chat. And we hopped on FaceTime. And I was like, what do I need to do? And he's like, bro, he said the thing that changed everything that he did was he stopped making music for musicians. And that was it. As soon as he stopped making music that would impress other musicians, he started making music that connected with people. And then as soon as you're doing that, you've won the game. Because from then on, people they jump in. And if you can sprinkle your sauce of your musical like skill and things and technique, go ahead, do it. But as long as you're respecting the audience. And that's what Berkeley students don't get. Berkeley students want to impress their professors. They want to impress their peers, because the peers are walking into the room like you're walking into the room. You're like, oh my God, look at all these people. Like, they can name all the intervals in 1 second and they can pick out all the notes and randomly, and like, cool. But did they just pick up singing after a year and now they can play like 7 John Mayer songs and they're on their way to picking up a bunch of skills and they're going to make, you know, like $1,000, $2,000 a week and then save up $100,000 before they go to Berkeley in 5 years? That could be you, Simon. And that's a totally different ball. Like, that's a totally different skill set that those Berkeley professors or any professor is not going to teach you. Those teachers are not going to encourage you to be like, hey, you should start gigging, you should start making money. You should start doing those, and then on the way, start learning some skills. But Like, this is incredibly beautiful and talented and skilled, but you can see that this is connecting more. Like, this is him doing his thing. Now, one person will impress a bunch of people at Berkeley. And there's Berkeley people who are impressed by this too. I'm not going to say that, like, this is impressive. I love it. It's awesome. But thinking about music, thinking about connecting to the song, respecting the song, doing all those things, and then adding your flavor, there's a reason why the Chainsmokers picked him and took him on tour and paid him and wrote songs with him and were inspired by him. That is the thing. So if you're looking at the blueprint, we've got literally two guys, same instrument, same college, same information is available to them. Completely different trajectories. Now, I don't know if Jared wants that kind of life. I don't know, whatever it is, but you don't win. Like, knowing all your scales, knowing all the intervals, like, that doesn't make you a winner. That just makes you someone who's really good at doing that. And like, if your goal is, I want to be like John Mayer, like, true God, Simon, if your goal is, I want to be like John Mayer, then none of the shit that they're teaching you at the college matters at this point. The only thing that matters is, can you write a song, and can you play your instrument, and can you sing, and can you entertain? And then can you support the vision? Like, those are the 5 things. Write, play, sing, and then can you support the vision? And there's something else I said. I forgot what it was. But those are the only things that matter. Everything else is just extra. It's special sauce. It'll help you improve, but it doesn't define you as an artist and doesn't define you. Yeah, exactly. And if you can do that, Caleb, you've crushed it. Because of your phone. Well, Simon, this is your first job. I even said it in the school thing. Go work, man. I don't know what you got to do. Beg, don't beg, borrow, and steal, but use the saying of beg, borrow, and steal. But go and get a job. Go get a shitty job. I don't care what it is, man. Go Google and work minimum wage. I don't know what, like, preferably pick a job that you don't have to think, like cleaning, driving around somewhere. Pick a job that is so basic. Yeah, do Uber Eats. Honest to God, go and do Uber Eats if you have a car that you can use. Whatever the fucking job is, pick a job. And then use that money to buy the shit that you need so that you can then make more money and then level up your skills. Like, that's all you have to do, Simon. Go find a guitar school, a music school that teaches beginners, and be like, hey, I'm a guitarist. My goal is to go to Berkeley, and I would love to help teach beginners how to play guitar and sing. I also know how to play drums. And go and find a school that will, like, take you. Because trust me, if it's a good music school, they definitely need more teachers. They will have way more students than they have teachers. So, like, if you're complaining, like, unfortunately, I can't post them on school because I don't have my phone, bro, fix it. Be proactive. Don't be like me, because you're sounding like what I was. Someone who is not being resourceful. You need to be resourceful. The sooner you can figure out to be resourceful, the sooner you're going to win very, very fast. Anyway, I better get rolling because wifey's going to need me in a sec. But super big shout out to everyone. Thank you guys for posting. Oh my God. Did you guys just see this? I just saw Luke just had a new baby and I was like, what? Mini Maiden. Oh my God. He got the really good one. Damn it. I'm jealous. Luke. That's rude. I'm going to reply to that later. All right. Oh, look at this leaderboard, the 30-day leaderboard. Adam at 24. Ooh. Make sure you guys are putting in the time to win this. All right, I'm going to turn off TikTok. But yes, Simon, if it's, let me know if I'm being like too overbearing, but I want to see you win. And sometimes it scares me when I see you talk like I talk when I was younger. And it's just because I just didn't have the right people giving me the right advice. But you just, like, don't be emotional about it. Go get a shitty job. If the shitty job then pays, like, ideally, the reason why I say get a really, like, when I say it's not a shitty job, I'm saying, like, just get a job that you don't have to think. And then ideally you want to get jobs in music so that you're thinking about music. So if it's teaching beginners, you're learning to practice your fundamentals and you're getting better and better and better. And then as soon as you don't need that money, you quit those jobs and then you work on your music more. And you use the money that you get from those jobs to buy the equipment that you need, so then you can then make only your money through music. And then once you make money through music, through gigging and teaching yourself, you will then just pool all that money, get the right equipment, and then upgrade your shit. And then from there, you save all your money, and you save your money for like 4 or 5 years. And then you get a scholarship to Berkeley and you walk in with a huge nest egg of money ready, so that when you go to Berkeley, you're not going to Berkeley to try and learn how to play music. Do you guys know what the bare minimum to earn? Do you know the bare minimum to earn $50,000 to $100,000 of money in music is? The bare minimum. This is all you need to make 50 to 100 grand a year. Like 50 is easy if you do this. You need to be better than a beginner at an instrument, and you need to be cool. So be better than the beginner so that you can at least show them the next step, and be really, really fun and cool vibe to hang. And they will pay you to stay, and they will learn from you bit by bit, and they will enjoy their learning process. Sometimes they just won't practice for like 6 weeks, but each time they show up to your lesson, they're having a good time. So they will be happy. It's more of a hang rather than you trying to create the next virtuoso. And then what you're going to do is, once you do that, the second part of the income stream is just get the is you just get the gigging going. Wait, what's going on Kick? You just get listenable at your songs. You just need 30 songs that you can play listenably, and that's it. And you will make heaps of money. Spider Tur. I'm on the front